Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever 2 Mainline and it's broken. Inevitably so. I had a feeling that I'd set up a signal on this end of the proceedings, and now it's all busted as a result of that. Because here's one passenger train, yeah. Here's the other passenger train, and they can't pass one another, which is a bit disappointing. But we can resolve that with a swish of a leisurely extra piece of track here. We'll just do a bit of this, yeah, and then we'll swoop down over here like this, and then you see you've got a nice bit of passing track for those who like passing. Do you want to carry on going any further with that? No. We'll just leave this in case of emergencies for time being, and later on we'll evolve that into being something a little bit more glamorous, and that should be. You should be G2G there, pal. You shouldn't be having a problem. You're going to want a signal, obviously. So what have you done there? Well, you've done it wrong. That much is pretty obvious. All right, try it again. This time, get it right. That's a signal. Yeah, all right. We'll put the signal on. Yep. Then slap a bit of track on the end. Like that. Yeah. There you go. That should fix it. Now, I might need to give this chap a poke in order to... No, he doesn't need a poke. Or rather, the prospect of being poked by yours truly proved to be too much excitement to bear, and I just decided to crack on. And that's soundly good. Now, I had to sell one of my 4 trains because I'd made one or two very minor kind of tactical missteps, I think is the way to go. Look at this. Yeah, that's a lovely amount of things. That's passengers, they call them. Yeah, no, it's all good. Right, so you're rolling. Yeah, what I hadn't done, we identified at the end of the last episode that I hadn't actually hooked Grazer Ridge up to the station. I have now, and that's good. Furthermore, I put in a nice little Oblisson route, which is not that. That's Evelyn Evans out for a bit of a spin in her jaunty little buggy. No, I put in a taxi route, bus, taxi, same thing, to take passengers down towards the station. And what do you know? Some of them actually want to go somewhere. And then it turns out that I hadn't done Mega City 1 either, which was a bit of an error. So we're going to start today by turning our attention to Mega City 1 and extending the moderately successful commuter route that we already have. Thrilling. Yes, the way I had it set up before was rather like taking the golden goose out back to the woodshed and stuffing it into the wood chipper, because the golden goose, feathers flying everywhere. None of them particularly golden in nature. So at the moment, I've got this route which we're sat on, and a part of me says I'd like to get rid of this stop and plunk it down over there, and that should turn everything into being brilliance. So I get this will either work or it won't. I don't think it's going to be close enough to inherit. You see, that's the difficulty. But let's try it anyway. There you go. Yeah, I know you're upset and sad now, but that's fine. I'm going to stick this over here and maybe it'll pick it up. It has done. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Right, good. So that's that. I made that work. That's a thing that's happened. All I do need to do is actually, I just noticed that this line is incomplete. Is it? Yes. So we head on up to Mill Lane. Oh, I see, and then you squirt out that way again. Okay, no, I see. Yeah, no. Right, Mill Lane, and then I want you to go back to Main Road, which is going to make for an ugly in-town U-turn type behaviour. Oh, no, it's not. You're just going to go around the block. That's fine. No, I like it when they go round the block of their own volition. That makes me happy about life. So good. That's that dealt with. And that will funnel a few more passengers down to the station, which will mean that the trains, when they arrive, will, they'll be good with that and stuff. Right. Next route is another passenger line, and we're going to go from Mega City 1 to Utopia Planitia. Now, I'm going to have a quick look just to make sure. It's an easy mistake to make, you know, but I'm going to have a quick look and make sure that the passengers at Utopia Planitia can actually get to the station. And in this case, yes, they can, because I bulldozed an expensive building in order to make that work. So that's all good then. So this is going to be Mega. I suppose we can call it Mega. No, we went with Mega. Why would we do that? Don't ask questions. Utop. Yeah. And that's going to be a what? Intercity. Rail. Intercity. Rail. Intercity. There we go. All right. Yeah. Some kind of naming convention going on there. Whether or not it's flawless, who could say? Good. Right. So we'll buy another train. We'll slap that up there. Why don't you just build a new train depot? I'm having enough fun with the one I've got. Just, you know, keep it real. I might go with something a little bit different. So we used the Naut number 281 last time around. That was quite nice. We've just had a new development, which is the MZA 583. Of course it is. But that does 80 kilometres an hour, you see. And it's 2 million quid. That's not inexpensive. No. Anyway, add one of those. Now, we can keep this to be a slightly shorter train, given that it should have slightly faster turnaround. What do? You do 90. Oh, si, senor. Well, they are Spanish. I know, that's why I said si, senor. All right, yeah. This carries 8 passengers. Well, okay, well, I'll probably need more than one then, won't I? Yeah, add it. Yeah, and again, get it up to about, let's say 48 capacity should be more than enough. And then we'll do exactly the same manoeuvre where we stick the train at the wrong end. Because I think it's going to look better if it's running backwards at the front of the train. Yeah? And then when it runs forwards, it has the train in front of it. I don't know, it could just be me. But there you go. Anyway, that needs 4.6 million. Really? Yeah, it does. How much are those flaming wagons? $500,000 a throw. You're going to be waiting for that for a bit. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to wait for that for a bit. Give me a moment. Right, I've got everything sort of back under control. I've paid the loan down by, there you go, 5.5 million. That's nice. And I've bought my train, which is so much the better. I did have a moment where I accidentally, or I should say inadvertently, purchased 20 extra wagons for a route when I'd intended to purchase 2. Not entirely sure what happened there, but it happened, and you know, there's precious little point crying over it. I've rectified that. I'll show you where in a moment. I just want to stick a cheeky signal there that isn't one way, and that way my new train can come out. Because my plan is we'll ride this fella down to its location. It's going to run Mega City 1 Utopia Planitia. We're running with the Spanish once again. There you go. So that's quite a handsome looking bit of Spanish. Yeah, it's quite a handsome looking bit of Spanish. It will have to wait its turn. Oh no, it won't. We're off. Okay, good. I was about to say, doesn't really matter, does it? Because it does. That's no longer a factor. Anyway, top speed 80 kilometres an hour on this bad boy. Yes, sirree. There, see, we got a few passengers waiting here. That's heartening. The passenger route has now started paying for itself, which is, well, it's just as well, but also good, because that's what we wanted it to do. But yeah, that was the problem. There was the passenger route wasn't paying for itself, and the trick, bizarrely and unsurprisingly, was hook up some passenger lines in order to funnel a few more people down towards the route, and then they'll make use of it. And indeed they are doing. And that's by and large how I make use of commuter routes anyway, is that they're always out there with the intention of feeding my rail services to get the demand where I need it to be in order for it to be highly profitable, or modestly profitable, or in any way profitable. And the bonus comes from the commuter routes themselves actually making some cash as well. If you can achieve that, then you're in good business. Anyway, this bit of straight track, I mean, it's nice because it goes through the countryside, but it's not the greatest view you're ever going to see in your life. Maybe things will brighten up a bit after we go through the upcoming tunnel, and we'll get to see something that will make us ooh and ah and gasp and surprised and all of that kind of stuff, which would be good. I mean, let's have a quick look. What have we got? Oh, you can see the river there. Yeah, and over here, not so much. No. Well, there isn't a river on that side. I mean, not so much generally. River notwithstanding. I mean, there's just not an awful lot to see. Anyway, through the tunnel, which is a delight. Make sure you've got your firebox closed, or you'll get blowback, and that will cause your firemen to curse your name in quite strong terms. And those who worked aboard steam trains weren't renowned for being anything other than, coarse when it was demanded. It's a nice little trundle, and we've not dropped below top speed so far, which is good to see. I mean, we've been going downhill, so you would hope that we wouldn't drop below top speed. But this is the fastest thing I have on rails at the current time. As time moves on, obviously we're going to get faster still, but we're plenty fast enough for now, and I think we're going to be coming up on Grazer Ridge fairly soon, and then here it is. We'll sail through there and get a read on how many passengers it's got going on, and the answer is a modest but acceptable shake of passengers. That's good. And there's my train running backwards and going the other way. It's a good looking scene. I like it. Right, on we go. This is a bit more like it, but obviously you have to ride in the danger zone for that. Which you wheel the blinds up. I changed my mind on the wagons. Instead of the Spanish ones, I opted for some Russians because they will cram more people in at a lower price. Classic Russian there. Nothing wrong with that. Make a bit more profit out of less overall investment. I'll take it. Yeah. I mean, as long as the graphene tip on the fuel rod isn't inadvertently plunged in during a scram situation, it should all be good. Right. Okay. So the bridge that you see before you, as you will know already, is going to be the route that we're travelling. So it is a little bit uppy downy, this one. Oh, I see. We're going this way first. Well, we have to, I suppose. That's okay. Now we're losing a bit of speed, but we are going quite steeply uphill round a relatively tight corner. But we won't have to do that bit again. The question is there going to be anybody waiting for us when we reach our destination? It's possible, but I wouldn't mark it down as being particularly likely. Now, this route has to run pretty much full, otherwise covering the running cost of the train is going to be problematic. Right, let's pull the camera out and get a little bit of... Oh, what have you built there? A right state, that's what you built there. Although, saying that, coming back the other way, you are going to get ever such a slight bit of downhill to build some speed before having to climb the hill on the other side. Yeah, but had you not done that, the hill on the other side wouldn't be quite so long. That's just details. Okay, well look, we'll go the distance on this one and see what we get out the other way. You've got to quite enjoy this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm using very lazy camera controls here, but I think the end result is quite nice. Oh no, there's a few people waiting. Oh, that's good. Alright, okay. No, talk to me about it. What are we looking at? I reckon 23. Okay, that's the number. You know it is. Alright, okay. And... No, way more than 23. 37. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, this is going to be interesting, because if we don't make a good chunk of change out of this, then we really do have some trouble, then, don't we? Yeah, we do. It's worth it though. Right, look at that. Yeah, it's great. Plus, we're dropping off at Mega City 1, which means we'll be adding to the demand to use that mainline service. Even if only modestly, we'll be adding to the demand. The bigger question is going to be whether the folks at Utopia Planitia are just as eager to board the train on the second visit, because they will have had a bit of an advantage in terms of time to get themselves prepped. Look, I appreciate all we're doing is watching a little steam train do its thing, but I want to use up a little bit of time before building the next thing. That way I'll have more money to play with, theoretically. Yeah. So this is, you could call it filler, but I think that the narrative is really making it worthwhile. And the views. I mean, look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Isn't that nice? I mean, here's the thing. You're doing this fixed position tracking shot, and you're getting some nice parallax going on in the background, which makes things look good. But has to be said, the static drone cam, I think, is not the best way to view this stuff. You want the train moving through your camera frame, and it can be moving through slowly like this. See, moving through. Obviously, there's a tunnel here now, and that's a thing. You know what's impressive about this? The smoke does not come out of the top of the hill while you're going through. That's quite impressive. I suspect what it's actually doing is that there is a smoke suppressor that activates while you're in the tunnel. That's potentially more realistic anyway, but we'll see. Anyway, hold on, quick look at the money. What do we make there? 256 grand. Yeah, if you can keep your numbers up, this will actually be somewhat profitable, I suppose. 10, going back the other way. That is not keeping the numbers up. Anyway, here we are at Mega City 1. As you can see, we've got a nice bit of build-up going on, and this is the route on which I placed rather more wagons than I'd intended to, but the demand on this route is high enough that shouldn't prove to be a problem. There should always be a reasonable number. See, look, almost 2 passengers waiting there. It says 2, but it's rounding up, and you know, that's gonna keep this traffic in operation. Look at all these buses I've got going on, just loads of them. Look, thousands heading out to Gotham. Yeah, I think I bought 20 and I meant to buy 2. I said this earlier on. Right, okay, let's have a look at the balance. What's causing us trouble at the moment? The rail intercity, that's the new one that you've just built. It's only costing us $280 a year, and that includes the running costs incurred while taking flight from the original station. So that's not so bad. Plastic river supply always runs at a deficit until we get a load drop off, and then it goes quite nicely. Thank you. Same deal with steel supply as well, although that runs at a deficit for more of the time. Yes, which is not what you want to see. No, it just isn't. Anyway, there you go. Look, 19 additional wagons plus all of this lot that I've got running on the Mega City 1 Gotham Road Intercity. But I'm carrying 111 out of 150 passengers. That's good. Yeah. Although, if you were to be using these steam trams instead, you'd be doing better still. That's just details. That's just details. Don't worry too much about that. Good. So, providing I can get a few more people to start using this, we'll have another nice little earner. And I think that the question is, I mean, I could turn this into a triangular route and hit Sherma, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, how are you going to make that work? That's even more complicated than what you're doing already. Have you got the money? I've got the money. All right, let's make it happen. Okay, well, today's project, friends, welcome to the show. We're going to turn this into a triangular line out to Sherma, probably. Oh, look at this. I mean, I think you have to. I think this is an opportunity for something that is maybe a smidge more glamorous than you've built so far. No. I know you want to, but no. Avoid tunnelling. We're going to go along the mountainside now. I realise that the route that we're taking means that this is always going to be uphill. You could reverse the direction, I suppose. That's a tunnel. Yeah, all right. There's no avoiding it, is there? No, it would look absolutely ghastly if you. No, it wouldn't. Okay, all right. How much is it going to cost? Almost double. Yeah, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. It's going to be worth it. If I now monkey with this bit of road, all right, or we try and do it without having to build any more road, better. Get across there. Yeah, nice. Yeah. No, it's got shades of Lime Street about it, and I'm a big fan. Yeah, see, especially when you force it to put another bridge in as well, I think that looks even better. Can you get a third in there? No, for your third one you'll have to pop a wheelie, and that won't be quite as effective. But going under 2, that's quite good fun. All right, okay, right, back to my track building. Around the corner. Yeah, you're out of cash. Yeah, okay. But I can measure this up though. Right, if we were to do that or that-ish. Yep, that's good looking enough. 217. I'll have 217 in no time at all. Look, I'm at 160, 190. Come on, give me the money. Give me the money. Also, snap it to the track, would you? Okay, hang on, there you go. 211. And wait for it. Pull. Good, right there. And I've still got £500,000 just kicking around. Well, that was obviously a nice payday that we just had. So, the reason for doing this, fundamentally, is to, yeah. Okay, good. We're not going to, no, we're going to go like this. We're going to go Utopia, Planitia, Mega City 1, Sherma, and back again. Yep. Okay, and that means that there's going to be more of a gap in between the services, which should then lead to more passengers waiting when the service actually rocks up. Should do. Right, so MCO out to Sherms. Yeah, back to MCO. And then job done. Right, okay. Let's make sure that this station is actually talking to the town, because otherwise we'll have the same problems that I've already encountered. But again, and you know, you're allowed. This is a nice route. Oh, bundling the main line down here towards Bartertown, and then this is a great bit of track area. Yeah. So we're going to come down here. We're going to wind through past Bartertown, and then we'll come through this gully here. Past Dark City. Twin Peaks is going to be a complicated one to get to, but that's all part of the fun. Then bisecting Raccoon City and Rapture. Yeah. Before heading across the river, and then we're out towards Arakeen and the desert and all of that kind of business. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's going to be good. In fact, if my rate of earning picks back up again to where it was before I built this white elephant, then this could all work out jolly nicely. The only thing that possibly concerns me at the moment is the turnaround time on this route. Let's have a look. This one right here, it's 14 minute. That's okay. Sub 8 would be desirable, but 14 minute is not the end of the world. Yeah, we can make 14 minute work. Also, you've got a full suite of passengers on there at the moment, and you're about to arrive. So that's not terrible. All right, okay. This needs to be a golden flaming payday. This one. Let's have a quick look. Golden payday, please. Is that something you should say? No, I think it's okay. Go on. Don't run it all the way into the buffers. You'll jolt your passengers. Okay, right. Well, let's put it in the blue. That's not a bad place to start. I think a commuter route here could help, but it's not going to solve the whole problem. I think a delay in timing is what's going to help most here. I mean, if you look at the catchment, all of it's walkable. If I were to stick in a little bit of road there to link up to the station on the other side, it would be more walkable still. In fact, I could probably help out the AI here. I'll leave that running. We'll see where it gets to in a minute. Right, first, modify your station. Right, configure. I need, I guess, more platform. Okay, yeah. I'd sooner not place a platform because it's just an extra expense that I don't really need. Yeah. You know, I'm quite liking it. This is going to be a single platform station. I think that's quite good fun. And then we're going to... What's that? That's a wooden pedestrian crossing, track crossing catenary. Well, good. Why? Who knows? Who's counting? Who are you? Yeah, no, I think that's superb. Yeah, it's a mod. I added it on a whim. I've got a total of five mods added now. When I get to 10, I'll list the entire mod list. Until then, you can amuse yourselves. The only one you really need right now is the auto turnaround, or the non-auto turnaround, so that your trains aren't allowed to turn around. Everything else, that's just your own personal taste in trainsmanship. You can figure that out. Go on, you've got taste. You don't need me dictating which mods you should and shouldn't use. But I will dictate which mods you should and shouldn't use when we get to episode 10. All right. So until then, you're on your own. The condition of multiple vehicles is very poor. The condition of how much I care is non-existent. About there? No, a bit further. About there. Yeah. It's either that or go through their house, which is what I'd prefer to do to make this crossroads. But I'm feeling generous today, so I'm not going to. Yeah, a bit of that. And then the AI will go, ooh, prime real estate. And I'll go, yes, Gov, get moved in. Go on, have a treat for yourself. Make it so your morning commute isn't quite so hellish. And live right next to the station, which just means that your ability to sleep at night is slightly more hellish, because every night of the week it's going to be non-stop flipping construction work going on. But hey, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, or the noisy bit with the fact that you've only got a 3-minute walk. All these things are valid. Right, let's build this slightly wider. Yeah. Yes, mentioning Lime Street, I stopped at the hotel that backs onto Lime Street station a couple of years ago, and this is where this story comes from. I stopped at the hotel that backs onto Lime Street station in Liverpool a couple of years ago, and it had some kind of heavy construction work that they were doing in the middle of the night. And it was during the summer, so this being Britain, there's no air conditioning. So I had the window open, and I can sleep through a lot of things. There are many noise levels to which I can still get my head down and go to sleep. But in this case, no. It was too loud. And I was a sulky person as a result of it. There you go. Cool story, bro. Yeah, well, I know that's all part of the appeal of everything. The reason I'm redoing this is I'm questioning whether or not I'll get anything built here. Right, this looks more viable because it's slightly wider. I think I'll chance it and see how it goes. But the AI needs to buck its ideas up. Right, where do we get up to? You are now sporting... are sporting 6 passengers. Well, I'm saddened by that, I'm not going to lie. We're heading out to Shermer. Now, Shermer may well need a commuter route plugging in. Yeah, it's okay. It'll be all right. We can plug a commuter route into Shermer. It's not the end of the world by doing so. Yeah, I know, but, Yeah, I know. But, yeah. Anyway, we get to soak in the new route. I don't think this route is going to be any more dramatic than the last one. I think the really special bit is going to happen after we go out from Shermer towards Bartertown and beyond. I don't think we're going to swing directly into Bartertown, although we might do. That would make for a nice extension to this route. Oh, yeah, it would. Also, the routes that you've got set up so far, I don't hate those as far as the number of stops they've got. I think a 4-stopper turnaround is pretty much about right. 3-4 stops at a time, and then fling it back the other way. Anyway, here we go. What do we got? Eyes down for a couple of passengers, please. Well, that's pretty much exactly what you've got. Okay. Well, look, I'll take it. Yeah. Right, here we are. You lot get off, and then some more get on. Didn't look like they got off. Looked like they got confused about where we were going. 19 on board. That's okay. Right, good. That's going to wrap it up for today. Does Shermer need a commuter route? Yes, it does. All right, I'll talk about next plans, and I'll build this commuter route while I convince you of a cunning scheme that I've undoubtedly got. Right, okay, there we go. Stick that in there. Gives the AI something to think about. And then, this. You said you were going to talk about upcoming plans? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad you asked about upcoming plans, because there are some. So, next up, I don't want to extend the main line just yet. I'm going to leave. Actually, I'm not going to look now. We'll look together at the start of the next episode. If there is some freight opportunity on the track that I've built so far, I think we'll look to exploit that. If not, then I'll extend the route further. We've got manufacture. We've got steel being made there that can be turned into machines and all of that kind of stuff. So if we haven't already got a full freight route available to us, we will have soon enough, and then we'll start to apply freight along with the passenger stuff that we've got going on, and before you know it, we'll be talking about segregating the two and maybe quad tracking some sections and all of that zesty good stuff. I think that might even be overkill, but I think you're okay there. Okay, yep, good. We're going to need a depot. I'm going to stick it out here in the middle of nowhere. That's as good a place as any. Yeah, and what I'm really looking forward to is setting up the first dedicated freight station which pulls away from the main line, so that we can start to route random cargoes onto it, because that's where the fun really starts to kick off. Right, this. Is that all you need? You could figure eight it. No. Look, they're close enough together. You put enough carriages on here, you'll be fine. So this is going to be Sherm Road Commuter. Done. Smashing. I've been Colonel Failure, everybody. Tune in next time, where the adventure will continue, or there'll be trouble. And, no, not 31, just 3. Just 3, thank you. Good. 31 would be too many for this town. 3, we might just be able to break even. And that's not so bad. Good. I'll endeavour to leave you something pleasing to look at. But I make no promise. There you go, this will do. There you go, I'll leave you something moderately pleasing to look at. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.